Hello, welcome to my channel. We will be doing question number 11. Okay, so we have to prove this identity. We will start from left hand side, which is cosecant theta minus cotangent theta over sine theta. Okay, replace cosecant by 1 over sine and cotangent by cos theta over sine theta divided by sine theta. If I add this two fraction in the numerator, it will be 1 minus cos theta over sine theta. And we have one more sine theta, so it will become sine square theta. Okay, now what I can do, 1 minus cos theta as it is, and denominator sine square theta can be replaced by 1 minus cos square theta. Am I right? Okay, and 1 minus cos square theta can be factorized as 1 minus cos theta into 1 plus cos theta. I hope this is very clear to everybody. And this cancels with 1 minus cos theta, so I will have 1 over 1 plus cos theta, which is my right hand side. Okay, so this was question 11A1. So this is simple, not very challenging. Anyway, we will move on to the second part of it. Okay, hence solve this is equal to, okay, so the left hand side we just saw that it was equal to 1 over 1 plus cos theta. So the left hand side is equal to 1 over 1 plus cos theta, right? Okay, and this is given as 5 by 2. So we have to solve this equation, find the value of theta such that theta has to be between 180 and 360. This is a tricky part, a little bit tricky part. Okay, we will see. So if I take the reciprocals, it will be 1 plus cos theta equals 2 over 5, which is 0.4. So you can see cos theta is equal to 0.4 minus 1, so this is minus 0.6. So theta is equal to cos inverse minus 0.6, right? Okay. Now remember how the cos function look like. This is theta. So it starts from 1, goes to 0, and then goes to minus 1, and then 0, and then 1 again. So this is one complete cycle. And this is 360. This point is 180. So we have to find the solution between this point and this point in this part of this graph, right? Okay. So this is minus 1. So minus 0.6 is almost here, minus 0.6. So when I take inverse cosine, it will give me this angle. Okay, remember this point is 90. So if I do this calculation using calculator, it gives me an angle of, let me see. If I do cos inverse minus 0.6, it gives me an angle of 126.8 and 7 degree, right? You can see that this is not the right angle because it does not fall in this range, right? Okay. Now, as I told you that minus 0.6 cos inverse is giving me an angle which is between 90 and 180, right? This 126 is between 90 and 180. Okay, but you can see that there is another angle right over here, right? So this is the corresponding angle I'm looking for. And this lies between 180 and 360. Okay, how can I find this angle? You see, this is same measure advance after 180 as this is before 180. Okay, so what's the difference between 180 and 126.87? This difference is, let me calculate, minus 180, so it comes out to be 53 degree, 53.13. Okay, so you can see that my answer is 180 plus this much amount. Okay, so I hope it is clear that the angle I'm looking for is 180 plus 53.13, and that would be plus 180, so it will give me 233.13 degree. So this is the answer. You can see that this angle 233 degree, it lies between this range, right? So this is my answer. Okay, I hope it is clear. Now let's move on to this last part. Solve this thing. Okay, so this is also a little bit challenging. Here you see the angle phi is given in terms of radians. So this phi or this is all in radians. Okay, so you can see that 3 phi minus 4 is equal to tan inverse minus 1 by 2. Okay, and if I do this thing, it gives me an angle of minus 26.57 degree. Okay, I have to work in radian, so this is in degrees right now. What I will do, I will multiply this thing by pi over 180. Right, so now this whole thing is in radians. Okay, and you remember that the graph of tangent, it goes from minus 90 to 90, and it is something like this, right? And it repeats after every 180 degree. So if this is 90, this is 180, this is 270. So another same graph will be like this. And this is at 180, right? So this graph is periodic with a period of 180. So I have to add into it a multiple of pi. Makes sense? So my answer is going to be something like this. Now everything is in radians here. Okay, so 3 phi would be equal to 4 when it goes to become positive minus 26.57 pi over 180 and plus n pi. If I divide it by 3, then phi would be equal to 1 by 3, 4 minus 26.57 pi over 180 and plus n pi by 3. Okay, if I calculate all this thing, it gives me a number which is, yes, it is 1.179 plus n pi by 3. Okay, now this all is in radians. So for my convenience, I want to convert it into degrees. So 1.179 plus n pi by 3. In order to convert it into degree, I multiply it by 180 over pi. Am I right? Okay, so it will give me 67.54 plus, and here, yeah, it will become 60n. Okay. Um, so this answer is in radian, but it will be same if I write it in degrees. It is going to be 67.54 plus 60n degrees, right? Okay, my answer should be between 0 and 90 degree. Okay, so there's only one answer when n is 0. When I put n equal to 0, my answer is 67.54 degrees, which is between 0 and 90. And if I add 60 into it, it will be, oh, yes, I think, yeah, if I add 60, it will be beyond this range. But if I subtract 60, the other answer is going to be 7.54, right? So I have two answers, uh, and that would be 67.54 degree, and the second answer is 7.54 degrees. So both of these are in degrees. I need to give an answer in terms of radians. So how will I do this? I will convert these numbers into radian. So this, when converted to radian, it will be 1.179, and the other one 7.54. When I multiply it with pi by 180. So let me see what it will be. So 7.54 multiplied by pi divided by 180. It gives me 0.13, and I can say 2. So these answers are in radians. So this is my final answer. Okay. I hope everything is clear. I didn't confuse you or anything. And if you have any question, you can always ask me in the comment section. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next video.